Welcome to this episode of teaching you how to do something, but I literally don't know how to do it either. Teaching children. I don't know how to start off vid. I don't know. I'm kind of acoustic, if you didn't know that, by the way. But I need to put my hair on. Teaching you how to parent a child, even though I am literally a child. Cool. Do not take everything I say in this video too literal. I would not take all the advice I give you because I might be kind of biased. Who knew the child talking about how to parent a child would be kind of biased? Who knew? But I don't know. Before we do get into the main part of this video, I might as well preference that I'm not going to be telling you to hit your child or spank your child or beat them. You know, since there's much better ways of telling your child, hey, don't do that, without hitting them or spanking them or something like that. I'm not saying that it is going to be the best way to tell your child not to do that. But it's also going to be pretty good if you just tell them don't do that. Like, of course they're not going to do something if you hit them for it. But you're also telling them to fear you because you're kind of hitting them. You're kind of causing them pain for something they didn't know about not to do. I'm just saying. Also, by the way, imagine if you went to your work and you messed up like an order or something, and your boss came out, bended you. Oh, okay, that sounds kind of crazy. Not gonna. Okay, that kind of sounds crazy. But he came out and just slapped you. Your boss just comes out, slaps you over the head, and it might feel like that sometimes when your boss, I don't know, yells at you or something, or reduces your pay or something like that. But if you do something bad, there's really no way that you need to get hit. Like, it's better ways just to yell or just tell them not to do that without starting to slap them. Like, again, if you wouldn't like it if your boss came out because you did something bad at work and started hitting you over and over again. So maybe don't do that to your child. I also feel like there's a limit to the age that you probably should stop spanking them. For if you still are on track, I still want to spank my child. I don't care. But if you're still on track with that, I feel like 10 is the area where you should stop and just start telling them not to, because I feel like prior to that, they were not gonna really care if you told them not to. If yelling might be a different option, but to a point, you're gonna start, thinking, you can just tell me not to do this and I won't do it. You don't have to hit me. I didn't know not to do this in the first place. You're hitting me over something I literally didn't know. So, I don't know. I've spent way too long in this intro. Guys, it's about to be a long video, guys. But, new house, new video. I don't know. Let's get it. Side note, I'm still in the process of unpacking my stuff, so it's kind of dirty here. Oh God. I knocked something over. Turn on my light. It probably seems a bit better. Yeah, you think, buddy? It probably seems a bit better, huh? Okay, let's start off with the basics, can we? Don't homeschool them. Unless you're like a teacher or something, like you're already a teacher, or you're very, very smart and you have a very a job that needs you to be very smart, like an engineer or a doctor or something, I wouldn't homeschool them, because you're not always going to be able to cover every single topic. You might be kind of bad at writing, you might be kind of bad at math, so when you're teaching somebody that's supposed to be good at these things, something that you don't even know yourself, how's that supposed to work? And you don't want them to be bad at math, because you're going to need that in life. Second thing, they're going to need every subject, so do not take them out of school no matter what. I don't care if you are out there going, who cares, you're never going to use math in your life anyway. If they want to have a good paying job, yes, you're going to need math. You want to be a doctor? Okay, you're going to know how much area to cut. Oh, you want to be a Amazon manager? Oh, you're going to need to know which employee had this amount of packages packed up or something. You're going to need math, and you're going to need writing, and you're going to need science. No matter how much you say to yourself, I don't need these. If you want your child to have a good job eventually, you're going to need to tell them, yo, you're going to have to give your all into school. Second thing, you need to make sure they're doing good in school. You're going to need to set a firm point of saying, yo, I know school's hard, but if I hear that you have been taking the time out of other people's days and being rambunctious in class, I'm going to take your stuff away. Second thing, take stuff away. Instead of hating them, take their stuff away. Unhook their Xbox. Unhook their computer. Of course, this will build them to have some resentment against you, but eventually, when they're an adult, they ain't gonna care. They ain't gonna remember that. They're not gonna have a build-up resentment against you for taking their Xbox for a month. They probably are going to remember the times you hit them, but not when you took their Xbox. If they do something bad in school, okay, punish them, but do not hit them. Because because it's basically just assault but legalized at that point, not gonna lie. Yeah, your boss, somebody comes up, slaps you over the head, and then in their plea in court is, I'm telling them not to do something that they did, so I had to hit them. Like, it's hard to explain regarding the person that's saying this right now. But I have a big touch, by the way, it's kind of nagging me. But secondly, yeah, just make sure they're doing good in school. If they come home with a bad report card, punish them. If they're doing bad in school, and if they're being a class clown and doing stuff like that, punish them. And for children watching this, there's nothing good in being a class clown. You might have some popular toys, but but you could be whatever you want if you have good grades. Like, if you want to be funny and want to be this class clown, but you still get good grades. Just get good grades, buddy. Trust me, you're going to say, when am I going to need math in life? When I am going to need chemistry in life? You're going to need it. Some point you're going to need it. So, pay attention in class. It'll probably turn out best for you and other people. So, moreover, I wouldn't, take their door off. I would not take their door off unless they've done something bad to the point where you do need to do that. Like, you can't trust what they're doing in there. But just taking their door off for not getting good grades or something is just not good, I guess. But if they were, like, doing something bad in there, I don't know. I don't want to name it. I'll probably get shadow banned off, but still. But if they're doing something bad in there and you can't trust them in there because you think they're gonna, like, sneak somebody in and something, then yeah, take their door. And because, well, how are they gonna hide it if their door is gone? Second, more, if you have multiple children, teach a good part of being a tattletale when something actually bad is happening. If, say, your older sister is doing something bad and something like that, then you should have a good grounds to tell your parents about that, because that's going to affect her it's gonna affect, oh my god, it's gonna affect your older sister later in life. If something bad happens while she does that, because if she does it once, she's probably gonna do it again. Okay? So if you know something, just know you don't have to be a tattletale about everything. You should tell them, your children, you don't have to tell everybody everything that they do wrong, because people are gonna just flat out hate you, and that takes to not only your family but other people in life. So you should tell them, don't tell on everything, but if something genuinely bad is happening, tell us, tell your parents, and tell your guardians or whoever you are. Little side thing, if your child is going through like puberty and stuff, and they start building a unwarranted resentment to you and start boxing themselves off, talk to them. Try to understand why they are boxing themselves off, than just going, teenagers, am I right? Because that's not going to do anything productive. If you're just saying, they're going through puberty, they're probably going to be building a resentment, so yeah, boxing themselves in from the world is probably not going to do well. No, that you're not doing anything productive with it. If your child is doing this, there's clearly something wrong, which means that there's grounds for you to do something better too. And if you do something better, that means that your child is going to have a better time. And if you aren't trying, they are just going to keep boxing themselves in. But if you are trying, they're going to be more prone to talk to you. They're going to be more prone to, trust you more than if they're just boxing themselves in and you're not doing anything about it. Because that's not good. That's clearly not good. Talk to them, see why they're doing that. Are they being bullied in school? By the way, the only time I'm gonna say that you should hit someone in here is if they're having bully. If they're having bully, find the bully's house, go in there, hold a crowbar. I'm just saying, if your kid is being bullied or something, go to school with them, and if you see that child, I'm not saying you should be the bully to them, but I'm not saying you can't. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you should. I'm not saying that you should hurt them in any way. I'm not saying that. But I'm not saying you can. I'm not saying you should, but I'm not saying you can. I'm trying not to get sued here, okay? Okay. Furthermore, if your child is doing something that's like actually a crime, like say they're going out and drinking beer or something, punish them, maybe. And if you do end up finding out like your child has like unalived something, I am giving advice that probably nobody watching this video will ever have to deal with, but if your child does ever unalive someone, it's going to be your job as a civilian and a person in society to turn them in. If you 100% know, because while it's going to be hard to tell the authorities that your child did something bad, you can be saving the lives of many people. And that is something great. Now, it's going to be a burden on you. I know that. But do not my god, my hair's in my face. Do not feel like because you're their mother that what they did was something that you did to them. Sometimes people are just evil. Like, straight up just evil. And they don't have a reason to do it. They don't have a rhyme or a reason. They just do it to do it. My hair's everywhere. My hair. I swear to God. But they don't have a reason to do it. So do not think that every single bad thing they do is a reflectment on yourself. At one point, you probably should think that you should probably be trying to put a new boundary with you and them. That's dinner. That sounds crazy, actually. I'm trying to say that you should try to talk to them more. The communication is best. If your child is holding themselves off, try to talk to them. Because they're a child. They're still learning how to do everything in this world. I'm still learning about I don't know, chemistry or something, and I'm now trying to give y'all advice on how to parent your child as a child. And again, do not take everything I say in this video and do them all. Your child will most likely not enjoy the amount of teaching and boundaries I'm giving right now. This is probably how I'm gonna teach my child if I have one. Dang nabbit. But nevertheless, do not take everything from this video. Because it's still your way of teaching your child. I am probably giving some good advice out here. But at the end of the day, it's you who has the child. It's you who birthed that person into this world. And it's your responsibility to make them turn out the way that is good. You want them to be a doctor? Enroll them in some classes. Eventually or not, everything you tell them is going to teach them about something in the real world. Try to teach them how to do taxes or something. I don't know. And try to give them a better thing. And if you have an addiction, I'm not gonna say what, but if you have an addiction to sugar, you know what I'm talking about or something, but if you have an addiction to that, try your best to stop it, because your child is going to see what you're doing wrong, and they're going to try to mimic what you do, because nevertheless, whether you like it or not, children look up to you, and children will mimic what you do, because in their eyes, you are the person. You are the person that they're supposed to be mimicking after. So don't do bad things. Don't smoke, don't vape, don't do that funny substance, and try to set a good boundary for them. And if you do have to do any of those bad things, do it while you're away from them. Don't subject them to these things that they shouldn't be seeing at this young age, because that's not going to be good. Wow, this video is a heavy hitter. Oh my god. I need to put my hair in a bun right now. But I feel like that's where I should end off this video. Moral of the story, don't do bad things with your child. Whoa, that sounded horrible. That sounded actually horrible. But that is a good thing. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Hey. But try to set a good role model. Try to be a good role model for your children. I have stuttering so much this day. But remember, everything you do while they can see you, it's going to be what they will try to mimic, because they follow after you. You're the parent here. Okay? It's not an easy job, and you will get tired some days, but you should never stop trying to not give it your all. Wait, no, you give it your all. I mess up everything I say. I swear to God. Okay, anyways. Burrito-Tube signing out. Cool.
They are not like us.